Hello YouTube, it's Sleepy Scotsman. I am back once again. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 22-piece set, which is one of the rarer sets in the Thomas Wooden range. Actually one of the rarer items in general, but I'll talk about that later. So, obviously I'm not going to be able to get the whole set on camera because it's actually a pretty big set. At least for my tiny studio it is, but let's get on with the review. So first off, of course, it comes with a Thomas, of course. It wouldn't be a Thomas set if it didn't come with a Thomas. This is just your typical 1992 Thomas. I've already done a review on it. I think I'll try to put a link down in the description below if I remember to, but who knows. So yeah, just your typical 1992 Thomas. Nothing really that special. Next, get out. Next we have just your typical 1992 troublesome truck. These are always nice to have around, you know, just for good yards or whatever. I like these trucks. Just typical staples on the bottom, flat wheels, flat magnets, just the usual. Next we have these signs, which I believe only came in this set actually. Obviously these are much different from more modern signs. Well, modern, 1999, not really that modern, but you know what I mean. More common signs. Besides the graphic in the middle, I guess, but get out of there. So yeah, these have green painted, but these are completely wood, by the way. Green bottoms, which kind of look like the signal bottom pieces, but they're kind of smaller. These little wooden sticks, which if you saw my Thomas review, are basically the same thing as the dome and the funnel, except obviously bigger. Well, not bigger, taller, but they're basically like, I can't talk today. Basically the same kind of like size in general. Yeah, and then it's just kind of a wooden circle at the top with railroad. And of course the set comes with, two of those, and both are the same. So, next we have, if I can just get them all here, 3 trees. Of course you've all seen these trees before. Nothing really much to say. I mean, they're just the average trees we see nowadays, but, well, I guess we really can't say nowadays anymore, kind of like back in the kind of golden era of wooden railroad, but yeah, one thing that's kind of different about these trees is here we have like one of the more normal trees you would see. This one's from 1994. Of course, my camera's not going to zoom in on that because my camera's terrible at zooming in on anything. But yeah, one of the newer trees. These trees are actually a darker shade of green, which is kind of interesting. These are just these trees are just kind of lighter. These 3 trees in this set are just darker. They're actually the same shade of green as the bottom of the signs. So yeah, same paint color, kind of darker green. Nothing really much to say. They're just trees. Next we have the guard, which is basically the same as a normal guard, except obviously it's a sticker on the block of wood instead of it just... I apologize if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. Yeah, basically just the normal kind of guard, except instead of being painted on, it's obviously just a sticker. The sticker really hasn't held up too well over time, but you know, I've beat on it a lot, because yeah, nothing really much to say about it. I mean, I try to kind of focus, but obviously my camera is really bad at focusing. I think that's about as good as you're gonna get, and even that's terrible. Oh boy, I can't hold anything today either. Yeah, nothing really special. It's just kind of just the drawing sticker on the back. Although I do kind of like how the drawing looks. It is nice. Next we have the Fat Controller. You'll see why I'm showing the back first. Yeah, just basic, like I said with the guard, it's just kind of like how they're printed on now, except it's just a sticker, which is kind of interesting. Obviously, this one has had significant wear and tear. And this was one of the downfalls of the stickered type figures, is that they could easily lose the sticker on the block of wood, as demonstrated here by the faceless controller, so I've dubbed him. But yeah, just kind of sticker kind of drawing type, which is kind of nice. I guess there's really not a whole lot to talk about except the shed. That's the only thing left, I guess. This is the Special Engine shed, the 1992 version, as you can see obviously from the different type roof. All this kind of artwork on the side, on the shed, the brick, the windows, the ivy, whatnot. It's a little torn up here, which obviously means it's a sticker. Yep, just like these guys, it's a sticker. Which is kind of nice, except, you know, it gets torn off really easily. Yeah, nothing that much to say about this. I mean, like I said, it's basically just like the newer Special Engine sheds, except it has a different roof and it's a sticker. I lost the words there for a minute. One interesting I do see when I see these pop up on eBay every now and then, oftentimes this sticker at the front is completely gone. I really don't know why that is, but just kind of something I found out. Here we have the roof. Obviously it comes off, so you can get inside, like if your engine is, I don't know, derailed back there or whatever. But yeah, on the newer Special Engine sheds, the roof's kind of just like a triangle that goes all the way back, kind of boring. I actually like these roofs a lot better because there's a lot more detail. There's a little chimney there where I guess if you put it on, whoops. Yeah, I guess if you put it on that way and then you put the engine inside, I guess it's kind of like a chimney for the engine's steam to come out of. Or I guess if you put it on that way, you can kind of pretend like it's the guard in the back, just making cocoa on a furnace or something. Yeah, really not a whole lot to say. Oh boy. Really not a whole lot to say about that. There's the inside of the shed. Like I said, really not a lot to say. But yeah, that's the shed. I'll just put it back there. So yeah, that's the oh yeah, the track. Most people think this was Clickety Clack track. That's actually not. This was kind of like a Brio-like track that it didn't really stick around for that long. It was just in the early days of the wooden railroad, before, of course, Clickety Clack track came along, which we all know and love, and we're sad to see the end of, but that's another video. Yeah, just basically this Brio kind of like track is just basically an oval with one of these pieces in the middle, and then just the circle, and then obviously a switch with a longer straight piece that goes to where the shed is, along with a V-switch. Now, something interesting about this V-switch, if I compare it with one of the more modern Clickety Clack track ones, obviously it's an open end here, and the end that I know there are names for this, but I can't remember them at the moment. The end that sticks out at the bottom on all three, like, track connection points. On the newer one and on this one, it's just kind of like an average piece of track with one end that sticks out and the other one that it couples into. I do like this better because with this kind of stuff, I really don't like it, because then you gotta get one of those pieces that's kind of like this, except this on both sides, so it couples into the rest of the track properly, which I really don't like. But one interesting thing to note is that I found out early on as a kid was, obviously here we have a work shed, and of course if you put in the newer V-switch, which is Clickety Clack track, obviously that couples in fine. See, Thomas can go in there with ease. But something I found out as a kid, like I said, is actually, you may think that, oh, it's a V-switch, it's a V-switch, it's just going to couple in perfectly fine. Actually no. If you notice, it does not. This is actually slightly too wide and will not fit. I mean, you can try to put it in like that, put it in, whatever you do, it will not fit right. Actually, as a kid, I got really mad because this is all I had, but once I got more stuff like the work shed and Knapford Station, which are basically like the same width of track apart, kind of like just the double track, I got really mad because this would never fit in right, so I just kind of thought this was useless. So then I went out and got these, which actually fit right. But that was kind of like one thing that kind of made me upset as a kid, that this never fit right. But like I said, I guess when they were making these, they hadn't really tooled the whole railroad yet at the factory, and certainly they didn't know that things were like this, they were going to make them soon. So I guess they really hadn't figured out the railroad much, which I can't really blame them. This was one of the first sets, I think, besides just the basic, just kind of circle set. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this set. I mean, yeah, that's all, I guess, really all I have to say. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, and forgive me if I have, but because my memory's terrible, but this set is really, really hard to find and really rare, and if you do find it on eBay, it is outrageously expensive. Like, I'm not even kidding. I could make this a separate video myself about how ridiculous, like, prices and whatnot are becoming on, like, wooden railway items in general. I think, actually, Thomas Wooden Railway put this best, especially on things like the White-Faced Troublesome Truck. He said that when it comes down to it, you gotta think about it, like, especially with his White-Faced Troublesome Truck review. Think about it, you're gonna pay however much, it's ridiculous amounts, for what is essentially just a block of wood. And you really gotta think about that. Especially with like things like the White-Faced Troublesome Truck. I saw one the other day that was $2,500. I mean, that's ridiculous, but like I said, that's a whole nother video. But I don't know if I've said this earlier in the video. Like I said, my memory is god-awful, but the only reason I was actually able to come across this set was because this was actually the first wooden railway thing I ever got. Like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, but this was the first thing I ever got. It actually was very special to me because it introduced me into the whole wooden railway. It was my sisters who got it originally for Christmas. You know, obviously as she grew older, you know, girls lose interest in trains, so it got handed down to me. So, you know, that was kind of nice. This was my first introduction to the wooden railroad, and this was a great little set. Obviously, I got more track after a while and expanded on it, but, you know, it was a good little set. I do actually really like this set. It's a good set. There's really not a lot to say about it. So I guess that about does it for this video, really. I really can't think of much else to say besides I hope you guys enjoy the video, and have a wonderful day. Bye.